She said today to check his messages.
And she was just asking me to go ahead and send this. So I told her I'd have it to her within 20 minutes. Okay, Maggie. As I wrote last night, the 1993 storm of the century, also known as the 93 superstorm, or the Great Blizzard of 93, was a cyclonic storm that formed over the Gulf of Mexico on March 12, 1993. 33 inches of snow in Boone. Boone, North Carolina, in a high elevation area accustomed to heavy snowfalls, was nonetheless caught off guard by more than 30 inches of snow and 24 hours of temperatures below 11 degrees Fahrenheit. I read that it was 33 inches total. Boone's Appalachian State University closed that week for the first time in its history. Stranded motorists at Deep Gap broke into Parkway Elementary School to survive, and National Guard helicopters dropped hay in fields to keep livestock from starving in northern North Carolina mountain counties. Okay, and your questions, where are your questions at? Melody, do you have her questions? Oh, it was on email, wasn't it? I think it was email. I'm going to go there real quick. Can you pull it up on your email?
I just want to
You call you do the questions. Go ahead.
When did you move into your house in Boone? This was going on Wilson Ridge.
Wilson Ridge Road. That was not a purchased house. It was a rental house. Mm-hmm. We moved back here to Boone in 1988, August of 1988. We spent a year at the condos. So it was summer of 89 that we moved in there. So that would have been 4 years before the blizzard.
Mm-hmm. What was your house like? Where was it located? Wilson Ridge Road?
It was on Wilson Ridge Road in Boone. It was a square brick house.
An old square brick house.
2-story, but the upstairs was just basically a converted attic. It wasn't much of rooms. But pleasant little cozy house with a fireplace.
A big cow pasture behind us.
Huge cow pasture and fields, and next to a horse ranch on one side. Okay, what's the next question?
Why did you decide to buy a house in Boone? Well, at that time we were renting.
We were renting. We didn't buy it.
We were saving up money to buy a house because we wanted to live in Boone.
Yeah, we came to Boone because we had been students here before and decided to move back. Okay, that's a whole other adventure.
Okay, what did a normal day at your house look like?
Mom
was teaching.
So Mom was teaching. I
was teaching at Appalachian Christian School. So.
And I was in school.
Teaching. And Daddy, you were in school.
Because I graduated in 93, so I was in graduate school.
Yep, and we had Belle. I mean, not Belle, we had Chelsea.
Had Chelsea, our Sheltie.
So that was our life.
And
being very involved in church.
We pretty occasionally, regularly had people over, guests and stuff like that, hanging out, especially our closest friends. Okay, next.
What were your winters in Boone like?
They were much colder and more snowy than they are now. This has been 30 years ago. 93 would have been 30 years ago. It was colder and much snowier back then.
Yeah, a lot more snow.
Is that what it said? What were our winters like?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Moving on to the 1993 blizzard. When did you hear that a blizzard was coming?
As I remember it, it was like the previous week they were saying snow is coming, but as the week progressed, it was becoming. It was still a surprise when it hit so hard, but like the weather forecast went from there will be snow to there will be significant snow to look out here. This is really something big coming. But since Boone was used to snow, nobody had any idea how big it was going to be. Biggest snow ever in Boone.
And I think we were excited about it.
Of course.
We love snow.
Yeah.
So.
But we probably stocked up at the grocery store.
Yeah, and we wanted to make sure, we were hoping our power wouldn't go out. So, we had a fireplace, so we could have heat that way, but I think we were a little bit worried about the power going out. But
Right.
besides that,
Because we had a furnace that depended on electricity to turn it on.
yeah. So, what preparations did you take for the blizzard? Just getting groceries, getting food. I think was the biggest thing.
I can't think of anything else we would have done. Because it was a rental house, we weren't.
Yeah.
We probably, since the temperature was going to be that low, we probably had dripping faucets and
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
that kind of basic stuff. And knowing Mom, she probably got a bunch of bird seed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have any moments of panic during the storm? Wait a minute, I'll jump one. How did you feel when the snow started falling that day? Just like I would any other time it snows. Get excited.
It was especially exciting because it was heavy snow.
Yeah.
You get tired of the light snow and the snow showers and the flurries, and this was steady, heavy snow that covered the ground and then covered the roads, and it kept coming. So we were battening down the hatches, and you'd done all your errands, you were home.
When did it become clear that this was a blizzard and not just another snowy day? It's hard to remember.
Yeah, it's been 30 years.
I just remember how high it was, and when we had to let Chelsea out, and it was like up. When I stood up, it was up to my knees.
The cars were
covered.
covered.
When I went out, it was up to my knees, and when you put, Chelsea down, it was like
she disappeared in the snow. I remember when it finally stopped, our cars were completely covered. You could see just a tiny bit of the roof, but what was the question again?
When did it become clear this was a blizzard and not just another snow
I think
day?
it became clear because it just kept going. It kept coming. You're used to a day of snow, but this went on all day, all night, into the next day. I'm not sure how long it actually lasted, but
I think it became clearer too because we were put under a curfew.
I forgot that. Yeah,
because it was serious, and the National Guard was having to come in and drop people food and all that kind of stuff. So we knew it was serious, and so we were put under a curfew. You weren't supposed to go out after, was it 5 o'clock?
Something before dark.
Either 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You weren't supposed to go out after that, or as far as travel. Well, if you could get out. And so, we would have to walk out to the road. We had to make a tunnel, like a path, to get from our front door out to the road so Chelsea could go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because there was no way she could go in all that snow.
Right.
But that was probably when it was serious, was when we knew the National Guard was having to bring food and all that kind of stuff, and we were under a curfew.
And I think I remember we were having we had 3 ways to get out of the house, but one that we typically used was the back door, and it was snowed shut. You couldn't get out that back door beside the kitchen, and the other 2 doors had porches, but then you had to just kind of I remember clearing the stairs so we could get down off the 2 porches. And but what I was going to say also, I just remember, and this is before cell phones.
Yeah.
We could call people on our regular phone, but and as long as the TV was working, we could see that. But we didn't have the kind of communication you have now with texting and sending videos to each other, and you just felt more isolated.
Yeah.
In that way, it was just us and our dog, and we were snowed in. Next question.
Did you have any moments of panic during the storm?
I don't think so.
I don't really remember feeling panic, because we were home, we had what we needed, and the power didn't go out. So
we got kind of tired of being home after a while. We were very eager to be able to go to the grocery store or just get out, but you had to wait till the roads were cleared, and that took for a long time. We were kind of stuck at the house for a week, weren't we, or more?
Probably
week or more.
Tell me about your personal experience during the storm. What was a normal day like? How long did it go on for? I don't remember a whole lot other than having to do the path to take Chelsea. Was that when Rodney came to our house?
I was trying to remember. I don't know.
It was just another big. I
think it was another snow where he came.
Yeah.
Another bad snow, but not a blizzard.
So it was just basically
hanging out.
You couldn't really do anything. Because like I said, they didn't want you out.
But you said we didn't lose power at all, right?
Yeah, we never lost
That's
power,
amazing.
which was good. So we just,
It was just reading, watching TV,
hanging out.
had the fire in the fireplace. I don't know
Yeah.
where we kept the wood to keep it dry.
I don't remember it on that side porch maybe.
Yeah, maybe on the side porch. Yeah,
And how long was it? How long did it last?
I don't know.
You should have that in your journals or something.
Oh, journals are way old. It'd take me a while to dig them out if I even wrote about it.
I don't remember how long it lasted.
We could probably look on the web and see how long it was, but to me, in my memory, it seems like we were stuck there for at least a week, and then you slowly started getting out. We had to shovel our way out of the driveway because it was a fairly,
Yeah.
it was like, it wasn't. The driveway is about as long as this room,
Yeah.
and had to shovel away for us to get out. Had to clear off both cars, get all that snow. They were completely buried. But it maybe, I don't know what the weather might have turned sunny and started melting. I can't remember. It's been 30 years.
What was it like when the storm finally passed?
Still stuck until the roads were cleared.
Probably by then, we were just glad to be able to get out and
I'm sure we played in it some.
hang out with people
good
again,
stuff,
that kind
yeah.
of stuff.
We were very eager to get back together with people. We
Yeah.
were very eager to get back to just regular life.
Yeah.
And I was, I think at that time I can't remember. It's been too long. I was going to say whether I was in school or working, but I would be concerned about getting work. But everything was shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody could go to work.
Right.
They were having, National Guard was having to take people to the hospital to work and things like that. In places, nursing homes had to have people, but most everything else was just shut down.
Mm-hmm.
No restaurants open. Wasn't anywhere you could go
So
get
by
something
the
to eat.
end, I'm sure we were ready to get out. And
Everybody's ready
do
to get out.
something,
But it was a great experience.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all our answers for you.
Well, we can remember right now.
And there's Coco. Right, Coco?